Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Tariq Noor. So this is Professor Tariq Noor. In today's video we're gonna go ahead and cover some basic Unix commands. So we're gonna go ahead and practice some of the commands which are simple basic commands. So in this video I'm gonna cover the following commands. So in this video, we're gonna go ahead and learn the basics of how to use the clear command, the who command, the calendar command, which we use the cal, the date command, the man, which is basically the manual command, the users, and also we will learn about how to change the password on your Unix platform. So keep watching this video to learn some basic commands again. So these are the commands I'm gonna cover in this exercise, in this video today. So the first thing when you're using Unix is to establish contact with the Unix. So the process of establishing a contact with the Unix operating system consists of a number of prompts and user inputs that start and end a session. So a session is basically a period of time during which you use the computer to perform different commands. Now, the first thing is we need to log in. So what is login? So the process of identifying yourself and letting Unix know that you want to use the system is called the login process. So the first thing you must need to do is a Unix log into the Unix system. Now the login name. So in order to use a Unix platform, you need a username and a password, which we also call it the login name. So the login name is when your account is created. So when your account is created, we call that a login name. We also call it a user ID or a username. And then a password is also established. Your user ID is basically a unique identifies you to the system. So by putting the user ID, the system on the server basically goes ahead and recognizes you and establish a connection. If you put the wrong username or password, your system won't be able to log in. After you type the user ID, Unix system basically displays the password prompt where you are supposed to put your user password. So I'm going to walk you through all this. I'm going to show you how to log into the system and all that. So let me go ahead and log into my account, and then you can see how to log in. So this is the Unix shell. So this is where you're going to be logging to the system. So there's different ways to log in, different terminals. So I have to log into my server so I can access the Unix account. So on this screen, first of all, if you think this login screen is too small and you want to make it bigger, simply if you right click on the title bar, right click, you see a shortcut menu. And then if you go down to change settings, you can go change settings, and then on the navigation on the left, you go to appearance, and then right here says font settings. You're gonna go change, and then we can change the font size. So I'm gonna make it 16, which is gonna be a little bigger, and then okay, and then apply. Now it's much better, so we can see it. So now the first thing is the system is asking me for a login. So I'm gonna go ahead and type my username, and then as soon you hit enter, the system is going to ask you for a password. Now remember, when you type your password, Unix system won't display anything. So you have to remember in your mind what you are typing for your password. And if you make a mistake in putting the wrong password or user ID, the login won't work. It says incorrect, or sometime it will say access denied. So if I go ahead and put my login, for example, so if I say my password and I hit enter, as soon as I hit enter, you can see now my access is denied because I intentionally put the wrong password. So I can show you how the system works. So if you put the wrong username or wrong password, you won't be able to log into the server. So I'm going to go ahead and try again. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my username and then my password. And remember, when you put your password, you will not see anything printing on the screen, no asterisks or anything like that. So you have to remember in your mind that you're putting in the password. So once you put the password, you hit enter. And if the system recognizes your credential, you will be logged in. And if there is an error with your username or password, the system will give you a message that's incorrect login or access denied. So if you want to change your password, we can do that. So in Unix, since it have a lot of security measures, so the first thing is we will learn is if you want to change your password. And the command we normally use is password. So password is a command changes your current password. If you do not have a password, it creates one. So if your system administrator just created a username without a password, by using the password command, basically you're generating a password as well. Now, when you create a password, you have to go through a process. So the first thing is the system will ask you for the old password and then for the new password, and then you have to make sure that the new password matches. So let's go ahead and try to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to go ahead and change the password. So the command we're going to type here is password. So password, and again, remember Unix is case sensitive. So if the command is in lowercase, it have to be in lowercase. So as soon as I hit enter, now it says changing the password for Tnur, which is my user ID. Now current Unix password. So the system is going to ask you for your current password. So I'm going to go ahead and type my current password. Again, there's no print or nothing because the password is hidden. So you won't see anything printing on the screen. Once you type the password, hit enter. Now the system is going to ask you to enter a new password. So now I'm going to go ahead and enter a new password. So I just type my password, hit enter, and then it's going to ask me to retype my new password. And then I'm going to hit enter. Now, as soon as I hit enter, you can notice now it says my password is successfully updated. So I was able to change my password. So you have to be very careful when you change your password because you have to remember what's your current password is and then what's your new password, and you have to re-enter a new password. Now the password format. So your password must comply with the following criteria. So I'm going to mention the list of what we need for the password. So the password must differ from the old one by at least 3 characters. So you have to have a different password, different from the last one, at least by 3 characters. The password must be at least 6 characters long and must contain at least 6 characters and one number. The password must differ from the user ID. So you cannot use the password as your user ID. If Unix detects anything wrong with the user password, it displays an error message and shows no new password. So if there's something wrong, it will show you no new password. So that means your password was not accepted. Now for the password, a password is a sequence of letters and digits used by Unix to verify that the user is allowed to use the system. Now, type your password and then press enter. Unix system displays a message where it says, hey, this is your password. And then you have to enter the new password and you have to retap the new password. Now, the general rules for the password is do not use a dictionary word in any language. Do not use the name of a person, location, pet, or a character from a book. Do not use any variation of your name and ID account names. Do not use known information about you, such as your phone number, your birthdays, and so on. Do not use simple pattern or easy sequences to change your password. And passwords are always case sensitive. Now, these are the tips of creating a safeguard password. Make a habit of protecting your password by observing the following rules. Number one, do not write down your password, try to memorize it. Do not place your password in a file. Do not use the same password for all your password protected system and activities. Do not reveal your password to anyone. Do not let anyone watch you entering your password. Choose a hard to guess password. So your password have to really be a strong password so nobody can guess it as well. Now, once you log in, of course, there is a log off process as well. So log off is the process of signing off when you're finished with the terminal. So when you finish using the shell, you need to log off from the system. So basically in Unix, the command that we will use to close the terminal will be exit the shell. So as soon as I hit exit, if you notice now my terminal is closed. Now let me go back and open it again. So I just signed out and I'm gonna log in back again. So I just put my username and then of course the new password I just generated. And as soon as I hit the enter key, the system recognizes my username and password and I'm logged in. Right. So we just went through the process of changing a password. So the next command I'm going to show you in this video is the date command. All right, so let's go back to the terminal. So all you have to do on the command line, type date. And again, date is case sensitive. So we type date, we hit enter. As soon as I hit date, now if you notice, the system returns the current date and time for me. The next command I'm going to cover. So if you want to repeat again one more time, so we can type date. And now if I misspell the date command, the system is going to give me an error. It says command date not found. And it gives you a recommendation. It says, did you mean command date? So now once we realize, yes, it means date. So we type date, hit enter, and then the system will log me to that command. All right, the next command I'm going to cover in this video will be the who command. So the who command lists the login names, terminal lines, and login times of the users who are currently logged on the system. So the who command is used to check the level of activity in the system or to find out whether a particular person is on the system or not. So if you want to see who else is logged into the same network you're logged into, we use the who command. So let's go ahead and do it. So if I want to see who else is logged in right now to the server I'm logged in, I will type who and then I'll hit enter. Again, who is a case sensitive. So when I typed who, the first column shows the login name, which is my username. The second column identifies the terminal being used, and then which is the BTS0. And then the next column, the third and fourth will be your date and time that you logged in. So it gives me the date and time and also the IP address of the server that I'm logged into. So sometime on the network, if you're logged in and you see a lot of people logged in and you want to find out who you are, so there's a command that we normally use. It's called who am I. So if you type who am I, and you hit enter, that will just tell you who you are. So if you notice, it just says T Noor. So this is very handy if there's a lot of people log into the network and you want to find out who you are, then we use the command who am I. Now, Unix command allows you to use some options with the commands as well. So there is a list of commands that we can execute, some list of options that we can execute with the commands. So there's a list of commands options that we can run with the who command. So let's go ahead and see what those commands are. So if I type who space and then there's a minus sign, capital H. So this is gonna give me the heading option. Who it's gonna give me, if you notice, the name, the line, the time, and the comment. So it includes the heading as well. So by using the dash H, capital H option, will display the heading. All right, so let's try another option, who minus Q, which is the count. So Q basically counts how many people are right now logged into the server. So in this case, it just shows user one. So only one person is logged into the network. So if you have 100, 200 people logged in, they will show up on this site that how many people are currently logged into the same server. We can also use count. So if you want to use the whole word count, so we can do who and then dash dash the word count, which still does the same thing as dash Q. So some Unix, Linux platform use the whole word, but whenever you use the whole word, you have to use two dashes, two minuses. So let's try another one. Who dash B. So we use the B, which displays the time and date of the last reboot. So it's gonna give me the date and time when the last time the system was rebooted. So yeah, Unix commands come with some options which you can execute with the command and they perform different tasks along with that command. Now if you want to do a help command on who, so we can say who space dash dash help. So we can get help on the who command. All right. The next command I'm going to cover in this video will be the calendar. So I'm going to go ahead and cover the call. So the call command basically displays the calendar for the specified year or month. If the year and the month are both specified, then the calendar for just that one month will be displayed. So let's go ahead and do it on the terminal. All right, so if I type call CL and I hit enter, so that's gonna print the calendar for this month. And then the current day is highlighted as well, if you notice. Now, if I'm looking for a calendar for a specific year, I can type call space 2024 and I hit enter. So that will open up the calendar for the whole 2024 calendar year. So do not type 24, call 24. You have to put the whole calendar year. So it would be 2024. And we can also say call 3. So it's going to show me 3 months. Call 3. If you want to pull up a specific month of the year, we can also do that too. We can say call space 12 space 2023. So I want to pull up the calendar for the month of December 2023. So by doing that, it displays the calendar month. It displays the calendar for the month of December 2023. The next command I just want to show you is how to use the help command. The help command is like the learn command. So you can either use the learn or the help command. Now some Unix shell does not support the command. So if I use, for example, the learn command, it says command not found. So my shell does not support that. Now if I use help, you can see on the screen it pull up a lot of help that I can go through and read. Now, getting more information in Unix, we use the command called manual, which we call it the Unix manual. You can find detailed description of the Unix system in large document called the user manual. Now, some installation may have a printed copy of this manual. The electronic version of the manual is stored on the disk and is called the online manual. The Unix user manual is written in a difficult is written and is very difficult to read. It is more like a reference guide than a true user manual. So the next command so the next command we're gonna go over in this video will be the man command, which stands for manual. All right, so let's go ahead and do it on the shell. So the man, which stands for manual command, shows pages from the online system documentation. The man followed by the name of the command will give you a help on the specified command. So if I type man and enter, as soon as I hit enter, the system is asking me what manual page do you want. So now I can say, okay, I need manual on the date command. As soon as I hit enter, it opens an online description which gives me information or documentation about the date command. So nearly all the Unix installation provided the man pages. The man command is the most popular way to obtain detailed information about a specified command. So you can get a help on any command you want. Now at the bottom of the screen, if you say it says if I press H for help and then Q for quit. So if you press the letter Q, it will take you back to your command line. So now I can type man space and then we can pick any other command like calendar and I hit enter. So that will pull up the manual on the calendar command and then Q to come out of that command. Now in Unix, when you're typing the commands on your command line, if you type the wrong command or you mistyped it, there's two ways of correcting the typing mistakes. So erasing the characters. So for example, if I type date and to fix that word because I misspelled it, so I can erase the characters by using the backspace. So if your pointer is all the way at the end of the word, if you hit the backspace from the keyboard, if you see, it deletes the words. Now, if I type date again and my cursor is at the end of the word, then you press delete from the keyboard to delete from right to left. So backspace goes from right to left and delete goes from left to right. So always you can delete the mistakes. Like if there's a typo error, you can always fix that. So the next command I'm going to go over is the clear command. So clear is to erase the content on your screen. So if you have all this information typed on your screen and you don't want it anymore, so then you use the command clear. So as soon as you type clear, you hit enter, that will clear your screen. Now, when you clear your screen, basically the content only clears. It does not reset your settings or anything of that nature. So along with the who command, we can also use the users command. So let's see if that will work. Users. So if I type users, it's going to tell me who is the user. So it's like who is going to show me everybody logged in. If I say users, so it shows only there's one user right now on the network, which is me. So when a lot of people are logged into the network, you should be able to see who's logged into the network and all that. So that concludes my first video on the basic of Unix commands. So in this video, we went over the following commands, which we started with passwords, changing password. We went over the date command, the who command. We did the calendar. We did a manual command, which is man the users, which works the same as who. And also we did the clear. Also, I show you a little bit about the help command, how you can use the help command. So thank you for watching, guys. Follow my channel for more instructive videos. So I'll be posting more videos on the Unix shell. Thank you for watching.